Are you hunting for the best video to revise or learn your poetic devices? Then this is it. Watch till the end to learn over 10 plus new poetic devices. I don't understand, but a lot of these questions are always asked in competitive exams, in management, in law, which I don't understand what a lawyer has to do with poetic devices. Do you want him to be a lawyer or a poet? It is very sad the way these exams are designed. Yet very, very relevant and very much asked question in these exams. So let us not waste too much time. Let us quickly see what are the most important poetic devices asked, quickly revise them and learn them. So stay with me till the end and make sure to make thorough notes for each one of those. All right? I'm Jessica from Tarkashastra and this is Figures of Speech. All right. Number one, simile. Simile. What is simile? We've heard of it. We know it, yet we might have forgotten. Simile is comparison with as a like. All right. Her eyes were as blue as the sky. The package is as light as a feather. I was calm as a cucumber, blind as a cat. Okay. Whenever you use words like as, like, and such, then you are making comparisons with these words. So these are indirect comparisons. Indirect comparisons का काम सिर्फ simile करता है. Okay, but metaphor क्या करता है? It compares. Yes, it does, but without as, like, and such. For example, if I say you're like a sunflower, what is that? That's a simile. But if I say you are a sunflower, that's a metaphor. Whenever you're comparing two things, no matter what their nature is, their nature does not have to be limited, ki living ko non-living, living ko safe living. No. Any two things being compared without as in like are metaphors. For example, he fought as fiercely as a tiger is a simile, but he was a tiger in the fight is a metaphor. Okay, here also, he's being compared to a tiger, but without the obvious indicators. All right, other examples. He has a heart of stone. Okay, this is not a classroom. This is a fish market. All right, all the world is a stage and we are all performers. The famous Shakespeare report. These are all examples of metaphors. So, simile metaphor to bhai bhulna hi mat kabhi bhi. ठीक है, next, फटाफट. Personification, नाम में ही है. Person बनाना किसी को, personification, to make somebody or something a person. What? To make living, non-living objects a person, to make animals person, to make abstract concepts person. Okay, giving them human-like qualities. That is personification. The trees danced in the breeze. Can the trees dance? No. But poets love to exaggerate things. They love to see beauty and sublime in everything. And that is why they use, the tool of language to express this abstract vision. That is why the trees danced as per the poet's eyes. Okay, the time flies. How is the time flying? But it is a quality limited to human beings. We can fly. Obviously in an airplane, but we can fly. Time does not. Yet we say time passes की जगह time flies. All right. A sun-kissed photo. मेरे लिए एक Instagram के लिए एक sun-kissed photo ले. What is that? Means the sun is kissing my skin. It is so close. The proximity of the sunshine is so close to my skin. It's almost kissing it, embracing it, caressing it. You see the beauty of poetic devices, and that's exactly what I meant. I have no clue how it is relevant to the poor management kids and, other UPSC kids. It's completely irrelevant, yet, we still have to learn these. So quickly learn करते हैं, ठीक है? Personification याद करना, किसी भी non-living चीज़ को, एक जानवर को, एक concept को person बना देना. Okay? Oxymoron. ऑक्सीमोरॉन, ओ वाले बहुत हैं तो ये वाले याद रखना. ऑक्सीमोरॉन और ओनोमोटोपिया दोनों अलग हैं. ऑक्सीमोरॉन क्या है? इट ब्रिंग्स टुगेदर वर्ड्स विद ऑपोजिट मीनिंग्स. दो ऑपोजिट वर्ड्स को साथ में लिखना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द ड्रेस इज प्रिटी अगली. द क्या मतलब है क्या? Is the dress ugly or is the dress pretty? Okay, these are oxymorons. The dress is clearly ugly, but I'm using this just to highlight the contrast. Okay, the dress is pretty ugly. Teacher is coming, act naturally. You're asking me to do acting also, and you're asking me to stay natural also, right? I mean, so, involuntarily we express these oxymorons in our daily life without realizing these are nothing but poetic devices. So the truth is, you already know these. The truth is, you already speak these poetic devices. All you need is a quick video to realize what are they called, and this is it. Okay, my crush is seriously funny. He is so funny, seriously funny. Again, how can you be serious when you're funny? Yet, it exaggerates a statement by adding a contrast to it. Alright, so this is oxymoron. Two opposite words. Next, hyperbole. Hyperbole, पहले इसका pronunciation याद रखना. Hyperbole, hyperbole, hyperbole. Okay, what is hyperbole? An exaggeration. किसी भी सिंपल चीज़ को बड़ा चढ़ाकर बोलना, दैट इज़ हाइपरबोली. नाम में ये है हाइपर करके बोलना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम सो हंग्री आई कुड ईट द टेबल. आई एम सो हंग्री आई कुड ईट द प्लेट राइट नाउ. दैट्स एन हाइपरबोली. यू ऑब्वियसली नॉट गोइंग टू ईट इट, but you're exaggerating it so you can convey how hungry you are. That's hyperbole. Okay, I have told you 1,000,000 times to not leave the room dirty. Really, were you counting when you were telling me? No, you were not. You might have told me like 8 to 9 times. Yet, I use such an exaggerated statement to convey my emotion. Okay, I was dying of laughter. I mean, yeah, the crush was so funny, was so seriously funny that I was dying of laughter. Okay, I'll be there in 2 seconds. I mean, जब तक तुम फ़ोन रखोगे तब तक 2 सेकंड हो चुके होंगे. Yet to reassure our parents भी से I'll be there in 2 seconds. तो 2 सेकंड का 2 घंटा भी हो जाता है कभी कभी. Yet this is the poetic device. We use a hyperbole to calm them down. Okay, so that's what I said. We use it, we've been using it for long, we just don't know the names of it. All you need to learn is the names for these devices. Euphemism. Euphemism. मतलब directly नहीं बोलना, indirectly किसी चीज़ को convey कर देना. It is a figure of speech that replaces a potentially harsh or offensive phrase or a language with something that is socially acceptable and more polite. Okay. Something very serious happening at the neighborhood. Okay, you see everybody dressed in white and you walk in. One of the relatives says, "Ye mar gaya. Ye mar gaya." That is absolutely harsh and rude. How can you say "ye mar gaya"? You have to say "he passed away" or "he is in a better place now." All right, to avoid that awkwardness, how could you just say "ye mar gaya"? Okay, that is why euphemism comes in place. Okay, to replace something harsh and bitter with something more polite and acceptable. For example, "he has gone to heaven." All right, or "you are telling me a fairy tale." तुम मुझसे सीधा सीधा झूठ बोल रहे हो, पर ये बोलने की जगह तुम मेरे को कहानियाँ बता रहे हो. Right? Again, poets are such a complex. Poets are complex creatures. They never convey something directly. They always want to use some the artistic way, sublime way to convey their meaning. That is why they make indirect expressions to communicate. Look at this. "I'm sorry, but we have to let you go." A fear of every employee, every 9 to 5 employee. The phrase, "but we have to let you go." What is "let you go"? The HR just cannot walk in and say, "you are fired." That's harsh. That's impolite. The most socially acceptable way is to say, "I am sorry, but we have to let you go." All right? That is euphemism. Directly नहीं बोलना, indirectly, socially acceptable शब्दों में कुछ convey करना. That's euphemism. Alliteration, ये तो कभी भूलना ही मत, सबसे easy. Alliteration is the repetition of the first initial consonant sound. पहला sound हमेशा same होता है, right? Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. See, I'm clearly not good with tongue twisters. I'm no Priyanka Chopra. but you can see the p sound being repeated. Hence, it's an alliteration, right? Shelley sells seashells by the seashore. Sound. Okay, here, but blessed with a brilliant brain. Sound. All right? They dumped the delicious donut in Dairy Cream. Sound. Very obvious and very easy to spot. Alliteration. First word would be the same. Then we've got onomatopoeia. Onomo se yaad rakhna means sound. Onomo means sound. So onomatopoeia is the use of word that imitates the sounds associated with the objects or actions that they refer to. Okay, the ding ring of the telephone, the pitter patter of the rain, the bang bang of the gun. Okay, whenever you exaggerate and you imitate the sound, that is onomatopoeia. So onomatopoeia has everything related to sound. Quickly, next, metonymy. What is metonymy? It's a figure of speech where the name of one thing is replaced with name of something else that is closely associated. मैंने अभी कहा ना ये कुछ directly लिखते ही नहीं है. What do you mean replace one word that's closely associated? Can you not directly write that original name? I mean that they are poets, okay? So we have to now learn their ways, unfortunately. For example, the common phrase, the pen is mightier than the sword. It is never a literal pen and a sword being in a fight. That has a bigger meaning. What is it? The pen representing words, the act of debating and dialogue, which is better and mightier than sword, means violence. So technically this euphemism, it is a euphemism again, but it's also metonymy. You can see how closely they are. तो आपको euphemism, metonymy दोनों एक question में तो नहीं देगा, चिंता मत करना. ये euphemism भी है, ये metonymy भी है. क्यों? Because words and pen are closely related, and sword and violence are also closely related. Hence, these are substituted with the original word. For example, when we want to represent judges in a courtroom, we say the bench. Okay. When we want to address members of parliament, we say the house. Okay. For the king, we say the crown. Okay. For the IT people in America, we say Silicon Valley. Silicon Valley is where they live, right? But we still use the word Silicon Valley to represent IT industry in America. Okay, so these are all examples of metonymy. Next, synecdoche. Metonymy, synecdoche काफी पास-पास, इसलिए आस-पास ही रखा है. Synecdoche, a specific part of the entire object is used to refer the whole thing. पूरी चीज़ का एक छोटा सा पार्ट लेके उसको पूरे को represent करना. For example, the White House calls a press conference. Obviously not the entire White House called for it. Some person, some secretary called for a press conference. Yet we exaggerate and say it was the White House who called for it. Check out my new wheels. Okay, it's a common informal way. Check out my new kicks. बोलते हैं ना, check out my new kicks. You're referring to your shoes. Here, you're referring to your car. Okay, the whole town went mad. A bit of an exaggeration, the whole town. Okay, town just represents the town people, the public of the town. Okay, he has many mouths to feed. Okay, not literally, mouth is part of who? The people. He has many people to feed. Okay, so sometimes it could use one part of the entire word, or it could use a bigger part of that single word. Okay, but they will be closely associated again. Anaphora. Anaphora. It's a repetition of the same not consonant sound. Consonant sound किससे related है? Pause the video, comment down below. We've just did this. Okay, but what is anaphora? It's a repetition of same word or phrases. Phrases यानी एक से ज़्यादा word. For example, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time on the wrong day, hence everything went wrong. Okay, best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness, age of, best of. Okay, we shall, okay. You can see, it's a repetition of more than word. पहला वाला तो था वो इट्स अ रेपिटेशन ऑफ साउंड्स, ये वाला इट्स अ रेपिटेशन ऑफ मोर देन वन वर्ड, दैट इज एनाफोरा. Allusion. Allusion. An allusion is a brief reference to a literary work, event or person either directly or by implication. और हम दोनों की कॉन्वर्जेशन में किसी और के बारे में बात करना, किसी और टेक्स्ट के बारे में, एग्जिस्टिंग पीस ऑफ वर्क के बारे में बात करना, दैट इज़ allusion. ठीक है, एक पैसेज में नॉर्मल बात हो रही है, किसी और मूवी, सॉन्ग, रिसर्च पेपर, किसी एक लिविंग इंडिविजुअल को साइट करना, दैट इज़ allusion. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम जूलियट टू योर रोमियो, हाउ रोमांटिक. बट जूलियट एंड रोमियो, वी आर लिटरली नॉट, वी लिव हियर इन पुणे. पुणे के जूलियट रोमियो हैं हम. दिस इज़ द वर्क ऑफ शेक्सपियर. We are alluding to Shakespeare. Okay, we were listening to Here Comes the Sun. Here Comes the Sun is a Beatles song. Okay, it's an allusion to the Beatles song in the middle of the text. Go ahead, ask me anything. I'm literally Google. Google is not something that is, an adjective. It's an existing piece of software that I'm alluding to. Okay, ये तो simile भी हो गया. तो देख रहे हो ना, एक सिंगल फ्रेज कितने सारे पार्ट्स फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच हो सकता है. ठीक है, सो फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच यूजुअली कुड ओवरलैप, बट यू विल नॉट गेट सेम आंसर्स और सेम लाइक इसी क्वेश्चन का आपको सिमिली भी नहीं आएगा और अलूजन नहीं आएगा, दोनों में से एक आएगा. इसलिए जितने फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच हो सकते हैं उतने याद करना. ऑलराइट, दीज वर द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट वंस. ओके, द वंस दैट यू नीड टू नो. वी गॉट देयर आर ओवर 30 to 50 total figures of speech in the literature language, but for now this is enough for your exam. So if you have any doubts, use the comment box to convey them. All right, thank you for watching this video and all the best for your exam.